How's everyone doing? My name's Andrew. I'm in senior seminar. I'm obviously a senior, and this is going to be my presentation, Psychology and Human Resources. And before I start, though, I just want to say I hope everyone is doing as best they can through all these hard times with the coronavirus and everything. I know it's really hard to be inside the whole time in your house during this lockdown, but just know at the end of the day we're going to be able to get through this. Every single one of us, we just have to keep praying and just hope for the best. But let's start this presentation, alright? So psychology and human resources. Now, the evolution of HR in America. There are 4 stages. Now, during the pre-1900s, business leaders, scholars, and politicians promoted industrial betterment, while explored strategies to stabilize workforce and promote work loyalty. And emerging principle was workers' need to be treated with respect, not viewed as disposable resources. As you can see, especially now, everyone who still does have a job in this moment is essential, or that's what's been going around. Because back then, when all these jobs were going on in the 1900s and stuff, people were very disposable. People were just seen as a material that could be just, how can I put it? If something bad's happened to them, they can just get rid of them. Now, in the 1920s to 1950s, workplace began to experience major changes. Now, with those major changes, as I have over here, the main takeaway from this stage is to realize that when workers are given the opportunity to learn on the job and receive fair wage, they are no longer expendable because they become a valuable asset and a key to the success of a company. Now, obviously, not all jobs are like that. Not every business owner is like that. Some coworkers or employees are more important than others. But during the 1920s and 1950s, it started to become more relevant that, how can I put it? It was more important. Companies recognized workers could not be manipulated, and they realized emotional and psychological needs could not be left at the door. They saw the creation of the personal departments. Working relationship between management and labor unions improved, while increased wages improved working conditions. Give me a second, folks. I'm just making sure I have all of my information together. Now, during the 1960s through the 1980s, the human resources management era, that's what's been told. That's what I looked up, that's what I researched, and that's what I found. There's two important laws passed by Congress. It was the Equal Pay Act of 1963 and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, with the the Equal Pay Act of 1963, it addressed wage differences based on gender. The act made it illegal to pay men and women different salaries for the same work. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibited discrimination on a basis of sex, as well as race in hiring, promoting, and firing. Human motivation theories became popular as well. Now, 1990s to 2019. It's mostly just a continuation of stage 3, but it's more complex, and that's what we just went over with the the 19. We can actually go back and look at it right now. No, we can't actually. I lied to you. I thought we could, but we can't. Okay, it was the 1960s to the 1980s. That was stage 3. Now, this is stage 4. Now, what we had with stage 4 was a new technology explosion. Now, obviously, from 1990 to 2019, one specific technology is computers, cell phones, things like that. How I'm recording just on this, having to be at home the entire time instead of being in a classroom. If it probably wasn't for computers and stuff like that, especially in something that we couldn't have actually expected to happen in our lifetime, but it did, who knows what we would have done. Hopefully, Professor Fry would have just given us all an A. But that would have been nice, right? Globalization was extremely important as well in this era. Fundamental changes in nature of work and jobs was important, and change of HR's focus from managing employees to promoting employee involvement and strengthening workplace culture. Slide. Now, to explain this, industrial organizational psychologist, what is it? Okay, the reason why I'm talking about industrial organizational psychologists is because organizational psychologists work together with HR. That's why it's extremely important. Simply put, IO psychology studies human behavior in work settings. It combines a research and practice perspective. It helps select employees and trains them. It can work as consultants or in-house. And it's a common path, like I explained before this. It's a common path for IO psychologists to work in human resource departments. Making sure I got all my stuff together. Going back at the, what did I miss? I know I'm backtracking right now, but I'm just trying to think when we were talking about, what was it? Oh yeah, like new technology explosions and stuff like that. I put down some things like communication and information technology changes, such as the digital revolution, satellite links, cell phone networks, laptops, computers, like I already went over, and high-speed optics changed how people could work. When we were talking about globalization, again, because I just forgot how, for a second I slipped up about it, but with globalization, it allowed companies to work with other countries and cultures. That's what globalization really is. And with IO, psychologists can work, let me see. I want to make sure that I'm looking at the right stuff. Yeah. Like I explained, for the a common path is for the IO psychologist to work in human resources. Psychologists can work as consultants, for example, to organizations, or can work within the company itself in a variety of jobs, from testing to selection and training of employees. Simple as that. Slide would be, again, industrial organizational psychologists. Who are they? Who they are. Versatile behavioral scientists specializing in human behavior in the workplace. And they're dedicated to applying psychology to people in the workplace. Psychologists who try to understand and measure human behavior to improve employee satisfaction in their work and assisting employers' ability to select and promote the best people. Make the workplace better for men and women who work there. It's got to be equal, guys. It's got to be equal. It can't just be a one-way street. It's got to have a two-way. It's got to have two paths going on. You can't just go one way and expect to come back the same way. It creates tests and designs products like training courses, selection procedures, and surveys. Alright, sorry folks. Just want to make sure I got everything all together and stuff like that. Industrial organizational psychologists continued. Now what they do. What they do is actually really interesting. And I mean, I find it interesting at least. Is they conduct screenings and training sessions. They do hiring and employee selections, training of workers, work-life balance strategies, promotion and turnover of employees, study consumer behavior to improve marketing and increase sales. Now, obviously, for that last one, study consumer behavior to improve marketing and increase sales. What does the customer want? And how it goes, like, in, say, stores like Walmart, Big Lots, Giant Eagle, whatever type of store you're looking at, the customer always comes first. And you always want to make sure that if the customer is happy, then the store is going to be happy and the store is going to be booming with sales and with marketing, etc., etc. Now, personality traits. Industrial organizational psychologist personality traits. These are extremely important to have, especially if you're going to become an IO. Extremely important. You have to be intuitive. You have to be extremely highly organized. You can't be all over the place like, oh man, where's my stuff? I can't find it. You got to be right there to the point. You can't hesitate. You have to be a good problem solver. You have to be a good critical thinker. And you got to be detailed oriented. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. Now, personality skills again. When it comes to good communication, and stuff like that. Good communication skills are important, obviously, to keep employees informed of accurate and honest information. Desire to collaborate is extremely important as well, because it's important because some help select employees and train them, right? They are part of them, simple as that. Goal setting skills are important because employees and employers alike must know where they are and where they want to go and how they are going to get there. Ability to focus. Like now, I'm trying to focus the best by looking at the camera. It's extremely frustrating because looking down at my notes to make sure I got everything right and stuff like that, I've been continuing to look at you guys. It's driving me crazy. But ability to focus is extremely important as well. They can wear many hats in an organization and must be able to process a lot of information and shift gears easily. Now, motivational skills are extremely important as well. They're important in order to encourage productivity and ensure job satisfaction. It is the role of the IO, psychologist, to lead by example and motivate employees to give their best. Plus, I think it's important too that employees motivate not just each other but themselves as well, or you're not going to get through a day. It's going to be extremely frustrating, and I know for a fact no one wants us to be going to a job that they don't enjoy. You should be able to go to a job one day that you've worked hard for and that you actually enjoy going. Yeah, obviously there will be days where you don't want to go into work. I mean, everyone has those days. Say if you have to get up really early at the crack of dawn, or you have to have a really, really late shift, a graveyard shift. But if you can go home and actually be happy that you have this job, be happy with the money you're getting paid, be happy with everything that's going on, you should be fine. How to become an organizational psychologist. Now, to earn, you have to earn an undergraduate degree with a psychology major. You have to earn a master's degree as well in psychology. Now, this isn't required, all right? This isn't required, but if you want to get your doctorate, right? Some people will want a PhD or a PsyD to truly excel. Obviously, some people are okay with where they're at, say, with just a undergraduate degree or with like a master's degree, but some people like to go up and above, beyond, and stuff like that to actually like excel higher than everyone else. Better pay. You could possibly have your own practice, things like that. You have to be able to obtain an internship or supervised work experience, and you have to be able to pass a psychology exam. Pretty sure all of us are going to be passing all of our tests now because they're online, especially when it comes to psychology and things like that. So we're going to be fine. Now, for this section, okay, we all are doing all these reviews and submitting them after watching our fellow classmates give their presentations, and they want feedback, and obviously Professor Fry is going to be wanting feedback. For these are hypothetical, okay? These are hypothetical HR issues arising from the coronavirus, okay? So what I would like, and I would hope that you guys would be cool if I just choose one of these questions and just answer them, what your thoughts are on it. First question would be, a worker has recently traveled overseas to a country that isn't a high-risk coronavirus location, but can the employer ask them to stay home when they return? You guys give me your thoughts on that. Another question could be, can HR send an employee home who comes to work sick? Give me your thoughts on that. And once you answer the question, tell me why you answered that. Why do you feel this way? Now, with an employee, now this one's interesting because I'm actually really going to be intrigued on what people say about this one. What if an employee demands to be removed from sitting next to an East Asian coworker over coronavirus fear? Obviously, I know there's a lot of things going on right now, who to blame and things like that, but I'm going to tell you something right now, you shouldn't be blaming people who live in this country and be scared of East Asian people. Like, there is no reason to be afraid of them. It's not their fault this situation happened. This stuff is out of our hands. Obviously, we want everything to go back to normal, but at the end of the day, we will be out of this, but at the same time, it's going to be extremely difficult to get back to life normally. Obviously, you have people who are afraid because it's the unknown. People don't understand this. People don't understand why this happened. Could things have been better and stuff like that? We don't know. So I'm actually really interested on this question and what you guys think about this. Now, how HR is handling the coronavirus concerns. Now, they communicate to employees electronically and physically. They make a pandemic plan. Pandemic plan is extremely important. What are we going to do in the beginning? How are we going to fix things? From the beginning to the middle to the end? We have to have a plan A, plan B, and plan C of everything. Ask sick employees to stay home. Obviously, people who are sick are staying home because of lockdown, things like that. Cancel face-to-face meetings. Go to the video conferencing like we're doing right now. Got a webcam, talking to you guys by presenting this. Simple as that. We don't have to be in the same area and like too close to each other during this. And then consider remote work. That's going to be the end of my presentation. All right. And I just want to wish everyone, not just my classmates, everyone around the world, the best of luck. And remember, guys, you guys got to keep your heads up. Okay. A lot of people are dealing with this in different ways. They don't know how to deal with it. I mean, you have extroverts and introverts. They deal with them differently, every single one of them. And the presentations I've seen so far have been amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, you guys have worked your butts off on it. You guys put a lot of work into it. It's nice to see that you guys actually dress up. You know, I dressed up myself. I don't want to look like a bum while doing this. I'm surprised my hair isn't down to my shoulders right now and I have a huge beard, but apparently I'm still surviving this outbreak. Guys, be safe. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. And if I see you guys before all this is over, I can't wait. Everyone be safe and God bless.